Hi guys and welcome back. Today I'm talking you through how to do these 3 easy makeup looks that just take 10 minutes to achieve. I've partnered with Smashbox on this video and also to help launch their new Be Legendary 120 lipstick collection. They are launching 120 lipsticks, which I think is pretty impressive, and I'm using 3 of them in today's video, but it gets better because I'm also giving away all 120 lipsticks. So if you would like to win this pretty impressive case of lipsticks, then just keep watching and I will let you know all the details in this video. Okay guys, so contain your excitement, it's makeup time. I'm starting on a clean, moisturized face, and to prime today I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and this will just help and act as an even base before we add our foundation. Today I'm using the Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation, and this is in the shade 1.1. I used this for the first time a couple of weeks ago and really love how natural it looks on the skin. Next up, it's brow time, and I'm using the Smashbox Lash Primer to just prep and make sure all the hairs are in the same direction. Then using the full exposure palette, I'm taking a mixture of the taupey brown and then the mid brown and just filling in those brows softly using that powder to get a natural looking full brow. And using the Studio Skin Fair Concealer, I'm just going to help neaten up those brows. Next up, it's color correcting time, and I'm using the light color correcting stick, and I'm slightly tilting my head forward and applying it into the deepest, darkest part of that under eye area. Then I'm just going to blend that out softly using my finger. Let's go back to that Studio Skin 24-hour concealer, and I'm just applying this again to that under eye area and just blending that out using my finger before going back in with my foundation brush just to even out any transitions. And to set my concealer today, I'm using the Halo Hydrating Perfecting Powder. Such a long name, but such a good powder. So I'm just applying this using a small brush onto the under eye area and also to act as a little bit of a base on our eyes too. Using the step-by-step contour set, I'm just going to contour into the hollows of my cheeks with that slightly ashy shade using the brush that comes with the set. So when contouring, I like to concentrate into the hollows of the cheeks, the top of my forehead, and also sometimes down the side of my nose. I don't always contour my nose, but I thought, what the hell, I'm just gonna go with it today and give it a shot. And apparently I decided to contour my neck too. Next, I'm taking the bronzing shade, and I'm going to use this as a blush today, and that will really help to warm up the skin. Next, I'm going to take the highlight shade from that palette, and it's actually quite a subtle, natural looking highlight, so it won't look like you're shining like a disco ball, but it will look like a natural, pared down highlight that's perfect for every day. That's the base nailed. Let's move on to look number 1. First up, I'm going back to the bronze shade from that contour trio, and I'm just going to apply that into the crease, and this will just give a little bit of definition in the eyes. I want this first look to be quite natural, so I'm not going to add anything too major here. For mascara today, I'm taking the full exposure, and I'm just applying a light coat to both my upper and lower lashes. Okay, game on guys. It took me forever to decide which shades to wear, but I'm gonna go for this really beautiful nude shade, and this is called Back Talk. It's a really sweet, peachy, pinky nude shade, and it's perfect for like an everyday look. And here is look number 1. It's a really easy to do, nude, natural looking, almost no makeup look. And it's so simple to wear. Let's intensify this look and move on to number 2. Back to the full exposure palette, I'm taking the brown shade and really deepening that crease and the outer corner of my eye. Take your time and just roll that brush backwards and forwards. You'll find it so much easier because we already have the transition shade from the bronzer already there, and they all kind of just blend into each other pretty seamlessly. Look number 2 is kind of like that perfect, I have 5 minutes in a bathroom to do my makeup and sort my face out before I have a date or I'm going out to a party, and it's really easy to switch from A to B. So I'm just deepening up the outer corners of my eye using that brown shadow. When I'm happy with how I've got that, I'm moving on to the gold shimmer shadow, and I'm just going to apply that into the inner corner of my eye to act as a highlight. And this is such a beautiful shade. I do like this shade. Then I'm taking the lightest shimmer shade and I'm going to use that just to highlight underneath my brows and just to really add some lightness to the brow bone. I feel like going for something really punchy on the lips today, so I'm going to just remove that back tuck lipstick, and today we are going for the shade Fireball, which is a matte lipstick. This is a really beautiful orange toned red lipstick, and I really love how easy this is to wear. It doesn't feel drying on your lips and it just applies effortlessly. Back to the highlighting shade from the Step by Step palette, I'm just going to amplify that highlight and add a little bit more of a glam edge to this look. And here's look number 2, which is perfect for dinner with friends, girls' night out, or even a cheeky little midweek date night. So let's move on to look number 3, and let's really up the ante and go for something really vampy. To do this, I'm just going to take off that Fireball red, and then I'm going back to that full exposure palette, taking that brown shade once again, and this time I'm really going to work that brown into the crease and darken it up as much as I can. Take your time and go for it on this. Again, you'll find it so much easier to do because the shadows are already there. Moving on to that black shadow, I'm really going to emphasize the outer corner and the deepest part of the crease. So once again, I'm using that same brush and just really working that right into the deepest part of the eye. When you're happy with how you've got that and you're blending, then move on to the brown shimmer shadow, and taking a flat shading brush, I'm just going to go ahead and pack that onto the lid. Take your time on this, add as much or as little as you want, it's completely up to you. When you're happy with that, just make sure it's all blended out together evenly. Next, I'm going back to that lightest shimmer shade, and I'm really going to intensify that inner corner highlight to add much more of a glam look. And then I'm going back to that black shadow, and using a wet angled liner brush, I'm just going to use this eyeshadow as an eyeliner across the upper lash line. And for the lower lash line, I'm just going to apply that very gently, and then taking that same shadow brush we used earlier, just blend that out into more of a smoky look. To add more of an intense cheek highlight, I'm using the LA Lights Hollywood and Highlight Stick, and I'm just going to apply this to the highest points of my cheeks and then blend that out using my finger. I'm also going to run this down the center of my nose. And to finish up this look, I'm using the Vinyl Be Legendary lipstick, and this is a really beautiful, kind of glossy, intense purple lipstick. It is so pretty on the lips. It gives you that kind of grungy glam look, and I really like this shade. And here is look number 3, my glam grunge makeup look. We have that uber vibrant purple glossy lip and a really grungy smoky eye. So here's the bit that I'm sure you've all been waiting for, how to get your hands on the entire 120 lipstick collection. To be in with a chance of winning the whole 120 lipstick collection, there are so many lipsticks, I literally can't hold them all. Then all you need to do is to post a picture of your best pout on Instagram using the hashtag PoutScout. I'm going to be looking through that hashtag and picking one of you to win. It's really that simple. I'll leave all the information in the description box down below. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this video. Good luck in my giveaway, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!